Hey, I'm Maya. My friend Sam and I want to know why people make amateur videos. This phenomenon has completely changed the way we use the internet. Amateur videos are great because they can be about anything we want.
He'll come out in a movie. He will come out and kick my ass.
Hamster on a piano. Hamster on a piano. Hamster on a piano. Eating popcorn on a piano. Blood.
But for the purpose of this video, we're going to focus specifically on vlogs. Vlogs are a combination of blogs and video content. Vlogs are inexpensive to produce. Webcams range from $30 to $200. They can also be instantaneous. It takes roughly less than a minute with a high-speed internet connection to download a video. Vlogs can also be interactive. Sites like YouTube feature comment sections, links, and a video response application. Not only that, vlogs reach large audiences and are free from corporate censorship. Corporations like ABC, CBC, NBC, and the film industry are no longer the main suppliers of our content.
Our focus for this project is how amateur videos, for the most part, work under the umbrella of the presentation of self. This presentation of self emerges through three main forms of vlog usage, which we'll be exploring and illustrating with complementary videos. But first, let's explore the self.
Do you know who you are?
No.
Many people struggle to figure out who they are, as their thoughts about life are constantly challenged and changed. When a mirror doesn't give us answers, we turn to a webcam.
The looking glass theory is the theory that self-image is formed largely by the messages we get from others and an individual's interpretation of those messages. A vlog is an example of a person taking this theory and applying it to get specific information or messages about themselves. However, we must remember that it is a deliberately constructed presentation of self. We have absolutely no way of knowing if the person being presented is who they say they are, but in most cases, neither does that person. Let's go a little deeper into this idea as we look at the three forms of vlogging.
Vlogs may serve as personal diaries, a form of identity negotiation, and a portal to explore our narcissistic tendencies. In the same way we use the traditional diary, online diaries can act as a stage for release and communication, self-reflection, and a way to capture memories. But unlike a written diary, the vlog is not private, and this limits the amount of freedom the self has. According to Irving Goffman, a sociologist, the self is both the mask the individual wears in social situations and is also the human being behind the mask who decides which mask to wear.
My earlier videos were experiments of how I should talk to the camera. My Frappuccino one was a bit too flamboyant, and my South Park one was a tad too boring. I don't really care about this one.
It seems that, no matter how personal the diary entries appear to be, they are still, as we mentioned, deliberately constructed presentations.
Hi everybody, my name's Kelly, and this is my first vlog. Well, actually it's not my first, considering how many times I've redone this video and trying to perfect it in some way. I hope this is the one.
In the real world, depending on the social situation, we wear certain masks to adapt to the environment. We wear which one we think is appropriate. What is interesting about cyberspace is that we do not know our environment and therefore cannot adapt. We can only guess as to how we should act to attain our purpose.
According to Margaret Griffith from Temple University, identity negotiation is a process of understanding oneself and one's society. Similar to the purpose of a diary, identity negotiation is important to determining who we are. This process needs to be cataloged or it will be lost, and that medium is the vlog. In the same way a scientist performs an experiment and records his findings and conclusions, a vlogger uses video to catalog their thoughts and experiments. But why not keep these videos private?
Well, simply because cyberspace is a virtual playground where people can reconstruct or play with different aspects of their identity. But again, we must remember that these can be mediated or not.
A boring and conventionalist. A reader. Video maker. A basketball fan. Shoe fanatic. supposedly independent-minded skeptic.
According to Freud, a narcissist is one who pulls away from the external world and focuses on his or her own self, or ego. This Look at Me theme is prominent among many YouTubers.
My video Spy County was actually shown in a movie theater in front of hundreds of people, so I guess I get IMDb credit for that. When I was in high school, a hot cheerleader offered me her phone number, but I turned it down because I had a girlfriend. I was stupid back then.
Whether it's showcasing a certain talent or just talking about your likes, the focus is inherently on you.
But this is not all negative. In doing this, people may be trying to connect with others who have similar tastes, similar interests, or ideas. This leads us to our concept of community.
Similar to a blogosphere, where millions are connected through links, we now have a vlogosphere. Early studies of computer-mediated communication, or CMC, did not predict this type of community. It was criticized as being one-way communication, with reduced feedback and lack of contextual and verbal cues. But with new forms of CMC, like vlogging, theories needed to adapt. A new model called the hyperpersonal model of computer-mediated communication was developed by J.B. Walther to explain this. CMC promotes personal communication because hyperpersonal message senders can strategically develop and select self-presentation for the purpose of idealized impression management.
This means that we are more likely to communicate because we can choose what we want to show people. With millions of people divulging intimate details publicly over the internet, the building of a community is inevitable. On YouTube, feedback options such as video responses and comment sections allow the author to see how their video affects the people watching it, and it is this linking plus video content that makes the online community.
So whether they emerge as diaries, spaces for negotiation of identity, or virtual mirrors, vlogs are the representation of self. Here in cyberspace, we can be whoever we choose to be. But remember the hyper-personal model emphasizes the internet's ability to edit ourselves so we can strategically develop our identity. Be your own writer, producer, and director. Thanks very much for watching.
So